Welcome back to Persona 5 Strikers. Last time we completed our first side quests, and also fulfilled Morgana wanting to do something for Arn, and it was surprisingly wholesome and not creepy. What is this? Strikers writing, that's what it is. But now we're going to be heading into the jail. I already fused some personas, I think, but I also have 9 bond points to spend. And I am just off getting higher levels of Highwayman. Although I can upgrade Phantom Striker, I may want to do that because the next boss fight has some field objects in it. I'm actually really tempted to get this too. I have this pretty good Archangel with Dazzler. As for other party members, the first thing we're about to be fighting is weak to Bless and Fire. So I already have the perfect party for it. Okay then. Right, let's go. I have a request to kill Lamias by hitting weaknesses, so I will need some ice and nuclear attacks to do that. But I should be able to pick that up during the castle infiltration. By the way, since it's an infiltration, guess what music we get? Yep, this is a recurring thing. But we can head straight to the door of the 3 proofs.
We have all the proof we need. We should be able to enter the Overlord's castle now.
Time to make our way over. Let's go, team!
I hate talking over this song because it's so good, but I may have to. Didn't you already have the parfait? And remember when I said that I was... Okay, I'm gonna open this door first.
We've got everything we need. Let's use the proof and open that gate.
I do admit this jade-colored door... Jade, now I'm using cliche bad writing descriptions. But I do admit this looks pretty cool with the dragons on it. And let me guess, once again, it just disappears with no animation!
Alright, look alive, guys! Hold on. It's likely the Overlord's retainers waiting for us inside. Sure to be a difficult fight. Let's be on our guard.
Let me guess, the retainer is another member of his harem.
Do you think there's more like the fearsome four in there?
Yeah, if he was going for full-on cliches, then the fearsome four would all come back and you would fight them in a boss rush.
Don't worry, Panther. I won't let them hurt you.
Yeah, you're totally sold on this, aren't you?
Okay, let's go.
Someone stop them!
Okay, got a fight here, but we also have access to these to take out the Orthruses. In fact, we also just took out a whole lot of things with the well, 3 specifically. But I'm more concerned about the fight that comes right after this. Okay, Brain Shake is my free Persona skill on my 4th combo with Lamia. And my second is, yeah, Aki. Should make sense. Taking a few hits here, but we should be fine eventually. Again, this is not my main concern right now. Just a couple of stragglers to go, and as always, I just like gunning them down at the end. Okay.
I learned something new.
Okay, Rakam. That's really useful right now, but firstly, gonna heal up back again. And now I'm gonna do something weird. I'm gonna switch to Japanese voices, and I hope this works mid-dungeon. There is a reference with the next mini-boss that, from what I've heard, is actually more obvious in Japanese. So this is gonna be a little weird for a moment, but bear with me. It might have been a little hard to hear over the music, but I'll play the line again. Yes, it actually says the go 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 sound effect from JoJo out loud. And yeah. And in Japanese, they're actually commenting on the go go go. I mean, at least we know that they're just as hammy as they are in English, in Japanese. Doramu the Loyal. And this right here is, yeah, weak to fire and blast, which is why I wanted to bring Sophia. In fact, I've never actually heard how Sophia sounds in Japanese. Okay, that's actually not quite what I expected, honestly. Oh yeah, it does use Mudo, so technically speaking, Tetraja is semi-useful here, but I personally prefer to just not get hit by the Mudo in the first place. Obviously, Daredevil is still English even in the Japanese version, all the Lin songs are. Like, Arn, in my opinion, sounds pretty similar in Japanese. Like, most of the Phantom Thieves sound similar, and I mostly know that from playing Persona Q, which only has Japanese dub. Yes, Arn does still say "get ready" even in Japanese. She says it a little better than she does in the should activate Fire Whip actually. In the Japanese version of the original Persona 5, where she says it, where it sounds more like "get ready," but yeah, it's definitely "get ready" in this version. Okay, Spirit Drain. Okay, out of that. Okay, Fire Whip again. So kind of like how they translated the Life Drain animation to. I guess I can swap over to Sophie. Yeah, Futaba's kind of got a similar vibe in Japanese, in my opinion. But I guess we can chalk this up to Ungo Natsume's weird writing. Now everyone is suddenly speaking a different language for no apparent reason. Okay, should be... Oh, wait. Yeah. See, it's not really that hard to get out of that. And cut off. And now Sophia has Drive Spinner, which is just her follow-up. Yeah. So I'm a little delayed in getting a few of these. Oh, I can't wait to get one of Sophia's later Master Arts because it has an amazing reference. Okay, and now before things get weirder, I'm going to switch back to English voices. Nothing against people who prefer Japanese voices. I just really like the English dub cast of this game.
You were a fierce opponent, Overlord's retainer.
And that's all.
Get in the castle. We're headed straight for the roof. Are you ready? All right, let's go.
I believe once again we are about to lose Daredevil. Yep, we lost Daredevil.
Made it inside. Let's keep up the pace.
Let's pick up the pace, shall we? Who says that? I know someone says it.
This might be what we need.
I wanna say Xenoblade, but I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong before. But yeah, I do kind of like this prison area, though admittedly it's a little similar to Kamoshida's dungeon. Oh, right. On the computer where I'm recording this, I actually basically cannot see it all in these passageways. It's too dark. Hang on, I need to turn up my brightness to, like, maximum. All the security is at 99% for this. I mean, I guess they know that we're in the castle now. Oh, here we go. There's another vent here. Hello. Sound like the water wheels in here. We got... Okay, already Pisaka is a normal enemy. A final tangent I wanted to go on for this dungeon. I said back during Fire Emblem Engage that I kind of regretted doing the whole Mary Sue thing with Awakening back in the day. The reason for that is, I feel like these days people have realized that super idealized self-insert characters in fanfiction are ultimately harmless if it's just for the author's own amusement and in a non-commercial work. Additionally, there is a bit of inherent misogyny and queerphobia in it because the fanfic spaces are very women and queer dominated. But why I bring this up here is that there's one place where I do feel like it's harmful, and that is isekais featuring extremely Gary Stu-ish protagonists. This is because these are commercial works, and are yet focused very heavily on power fantasy over any actual substance in their story or writing. But I don't mock Mary Sue's or Gary Stu's impersonal fanfiction anymore. Though My Immortal is still my favourite unintentional comedy of all time.
Don't burn yourself
We actually need this vent right here. Would you turn around, please? Thank you. Yeah, there's something about the Phantom Thieves going through, like, underground dungeons like this, because there's one of these in Tactica as well. There's kind of a common theme. At least this time the castle was the second dungeon rather than the first. How many of like Morgana's master arts do I have? But I can actually check that on the menus. Just have to wait until the fight's officially over. Okay, here we go. We have 2 of Ryuji's master arts, 3 of Morgana's, 2 of Arn's, 2 of Yusuke's, only 1 of Makoto's. I don't have any of Haru's? Huh. And I have 1 of yours. I'm gonna need Ryuji later on in this dungeon, so I'm gonna bring him for now. Let's just say that I once fought something in my practice run that I really wished I had Zio against. Really wished. And now we are in this, very purple hallway.
Don't get cocky.
Cocky little freaks! Star Fox dialogue is a treasure, but okay. This is not exactly the best fight for, this team, but I will at least take what I can. Okay, there we go, we have this. So, this is something that I've been waiting for. Joker can now charge up his gun. It consumes more ammo than usual, but it does, well, I mean, it has cool factor going for it. Firstly, we'll just all attack these guys, and then I can show this off. So, also, things go slow-mo while you're, ow, charging, and I still got hit. But yeah, things go slow-mo while you're charging, which is really cool. You can charge up to a couple of levels, but then, yeah, you do that big shot. It's, oh no, I made an accidental, Deltarune reference. But yeah, it's pretty cool, but it does consume a lot of ammo. Back to an axe to grind. And very soon, I'll actually be able to talk about what I think Axe to Grind represents as a song. But it's not until the very end of this arc, which we are fast approaching. I think it's just like a little more, I would appreciate seeing some Lamias here though, just saying, because I need that for the quest. Forget if Lamias actually do show up here. Oh, I probably should be controlling Haru as well. Like, she really should be getting her Master Art soon, right? Oh, hi, Orthrus. Please go back to that, trading event from Friendship is Magic. It's kind of amazing just the sheer amount of, like, obscure mythological references that show made. Yes, and Ahuzotl is a real thing.
Looks like we're safe here.
You've got some books there, but my guess is all of those books were written by Ango Natsume and therefore would melt our brain if we attempted to read them. And these areas are roped off for VIP access only, and we do not want to be one of his VIPs. Otherwise, we'll be one of his Fearsome 4. Yeah, on that note, though, I actually, like, having only beaten Final Fantasy IV recently, I actually love what they do with that game's, like, Fearsome 4 counterpart.
How far along are we now? We're only about halfway up. It's gonna be a while before we get to the top. Guess we'll want to keep an eye on our health and stuff.
Well, I just healed up then. But, like, you fight all 4 of them in a boss rush, like, one after another later in the game, and it's actually really cool. And they even start that fight by saying, aha, you have the power of friendship on your side. Well, let's try what happens when we do it. It is always interesting how villains are one of, like, every mini-boss so far. That's really cool. But how, like, villains basically are never allowed to use the power of friendship. And if they do, it's a sign they're redeemable. Now, hello there, Lamia. I believe you're on my actual hit list. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that counts, but I hope that counts. Okay, so the apparently the big... Nope, that's already dead right then. And it was also on fire. Ow. Oh, right, the pixie's still here. It's no longer here. That was a weird fight. It's kind of funny that I talk about that team up in FF4 when they basically did that here. Mini-boss team up. I actually beat Rubicard on my first try, but at least one of those bosses, Barbarica, no, or however you say it, I think she beat me on my first attempt.
There's no turning back now. Let's double down and keep moving forward.
But okay, we have these though, which is cool. But I believe there is a treasure chest in here somewhere to make sure that we get. Not over there. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's some cover points here. And we get this chest. These spears coming out of the ground just remind me of Crash Bandicoot now. But I wouldn't say that that's plagiarism, because that's just a trope that's been used in, like, almost everything. Well, a lot of adventure-themed works anyway. Null insta-kill. Huh. Maybe Sophia could take that, since she's technically weak to one of them. Well, not technically, actually weak to one of them. Anything that gives Futaba endurance is actually useful. And Haru doesn't even have an accessory right now. Neither does Makoto. I guess he'll take the power anklet then. I'm speaking with a weird accent out of nowhere. Wait, is this place called like the Shrine of Glory? Yes, it is. This are the Stairs of Glory and Despair. That is just so good. Okay, so in here, I believe, is where I kind of want Ryuji. Although I sort of want to do an auto-recover right now.
I don't think it's noticed us yet. Should we go?
Well, it's noticed us now. And I believe I should switch over to Haru again, because I don't have any of her why do I not have any of her Master Arts? Oh, wait, no, I need to switch back to Makoto, because I have Lamias, and I need to, literally nuke the Lamias. And there we go. Okay, that's that quest done. Now I can switch back over to... What the heck is up with Ryuji there? Back to Noir.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Oh, nice one.
I mean, that picture is legitimately pretty decent, but, like, knowing Ango, it's probably plagiarized from somewhere. Okay, so from here we have to keep going. Yeah, well, that's definitely just the cover of his book. At least it doesn't have people on the cover with their nipples showing. And because there's no fights in here, I'm not going to be unlocking any Master Arts by playing as Haru.
Hey, a treasure chest. Come on, let's
At the very least, we can still ledge grab those. Reckless Vest, huh? Oh, I forgot to give the motto hoodie to someone. I suppose I should give the motto hoodie to the one who's weak to, Nope, it's male only. Guess Yusuke can take that. Give Makoto the Reckless Vest, because it sort of fits. Not that she's exactly reckless, but I mean, she's, she's pretty fearless. Uh-oh, and there was a searchlight there. So I think we're approaching the mini-boss that yeah, we are.
Just a little bit further, guys.
I always love running into mini-bosses via a Phantom Dash like that. But it is an Eligor.
Go! Eliminate them!
This one is thankfully not a pervy old man. Eligor plus 2 brutal cavalrymen. Okay, I want to see if I can actually enrage anything here. Didn't look like it yet, so... Yeah, Memory Blow is kind of a huge pain here. I believe... Does anyone here have... Well, I've got some technicals. Yeah, someone must have got shocked. In fact, if you got shocked, I can go Rampage, but... Oh, I could show off my Dizzy combo as well. First, though, I need to defense debuff, and that was the last defense debuff that I will inflict until I cure myself. Does Haru actually have Reader drop, though? Yeah, she does, so I can just de-forgetify you. And I guess I can actually use Makoto's healing for once. Even though I usually don't like doing that. But okay, yeah. So I wanted to try out my Dizzy strats here. Dizzy works on almost every mini-boss in Strikers. Unlike Sleep, it doesn't go away when a target's attacked. Yeah, so that thing is Dizzy now, which means it gets technical for everything. So now I can switch over to Ryuji and then go, Zio. And then just spam a whole bunch of hits. I forget if Dizzy actually reduces the enemy's accuracy in this game, or if it's just opening them up to technical from everything. Regardless, Dizzy is OP in this game. Very, very, very OP. And that's part of why Joker is like, it's like people have said that like maybe like Yusuke is the best character in this game, other than Joker, because like it feels very unfair to compare anybody to Joker in Strikers just because of the sheer amount of like stuff he has access to via the wildcard ability. I didn't mean to use Tarunda, I actually meant to dazzle you. Didn't that actually work? That one did though.
Yours.
Yeah, I think we're actually hearing the later parts of this song's lyrics. And even normal attacks technical against Dizzy enemies. Speedruns rely on Dizzy quite a lot, both New Game Plus and first-time playthroughs.
Okay.
Okay, clearly you heard that.
There doesn't appear to be any danger present.
I think I'm low on stamina.
I think everyone is. Joker does have his showtime. Yeah, I had a feeling that those ropes there meant something. However, we can simply just jump up here, and then I don't think there's actually any more fighting in the castle. Yeah, we're here. Again, I do have to admire that dragon lock.
This birdcage. It's just like the one back in Shibuya.
Does this mean that bastard Natsume's kicking it somewhere inside?
I'd like to say we should just bust our way in, but how does it look, Sophie?
It looks like it's still locked. We'll need someone to touch it so we can hear the voices in his heart.
Okay then. You're up, Skull.
Uh-huh.
I thought Joker was the one who got volunteered for everything.
Well, it looks like it's gonna hurt, and it doesn't seem right to ask Sophie to do it.
I mean, to be fair, he does have the best endurance of the party, but...
Oh, but it's cool if I do it?
And he's resistant to electricity.
Oh, come on, Skull. You're, you know, tough.
And he's already experienced it once before. If anything, he's the ideal candidate.
Once again, rock, paper, scissors, Yoshitsune.
And it just make us look like a bunch of dorks. All right, do it.
You're worried about us looking like a bunch of dorks now, after everything we've done?
I could do it if you want.
It's cool, I got it.
Yeah, I do like how this actually does take a turn for nicer later in the conversation.
Thank you, Skull.
You'd think someone his age would have at least some talent.
Like it matters. This kid's gonna make us a fortune.
Yeah, I'm hearing voices all right.
These voices are somehow related to Natsume's emotional scars? Most likely. We just need to listen to the conversation and figure out the source of his trauma from there.
So we're looking for something like what Shujin Academy was to Alice.
We should keep listening. There's bound to be some sort of clue here.
Sir, try to keep your voice down. He'll be back any minute.
Oh, come off it. Can you really blame me for complaining? I'm the one who has to read his crap every day.
The kid's got motivation, but that's about all he's got. Seems any talent for writing in that family died with his grandfather. Oh, excuse me. Can I get another Gatorade coffee?
Yes, sir. Just a moment.
Well, he's still our little money tree. No way in hell we're letting him go.
You're terrible, sir.
What's going on here? Ow! Damn, this shit hurts.
Thanks to that, however, we've managed to hear a good amount.
I didn't really get it, but it sounded like some kind of cafe.
Indeed. I heard one of them say Gatorade coffee.
Right, Gatori is the name of a cafe chain.
Trust Haru to know that. I thought we'd have to have Sophie Google that.
But I don't think I saw any around Sendai Station.
You know, it just kind of hit me. It does kind of suck that Google's just become a generic term for search engine when, like, there's so many other search engines out there and they all just have, like, no hope of succeeding.
If there aren't a lot of them, it'll make finding the right one that much easier.
I do know that a lot of people have started using alternate search engines who are worried about, you know, Google stuff.
Well, at the very least, we've got a lead on finding the trauma room now.
Right. Let's get out of here and find us a coffee shop.
Let's find us a shop that is clearly infinitely worse than LeBlanc, and may one day be a competitor of Haru when she opens up her own. Also, Ryuji distorting WoW. So we're dumped out back here. And we can buy some more stuff to prepare if we want, which I will do. Oh, also, let's turn in that request for the Lamias.
You're already working on this one. Good job!
And we get Muramasa, which I think is actually like a recurring samurai sword. It's usually an evil cursed sword in most media that it appears in. That's the wrong menu. That's also the wrong menu. What am I doing? Agility +2, great. Unfortunately, only an improvement of 4 attack power. And don't forget the U-Turn Burger. We're really going to need those where we're going. Yeah, Water Crown is the name of Surf's Atma in Digital Devil Saga, so I wonder if this is a reference. And I forgot to equip that new weapon for Morgana we got out of her request. So I think we're going to be heading out and fighting the Lockkeeper in this part. But to do so, we're going to need 2 people specifically. Yusuke and Sophia. This thing is only weak to Ice, Bless, and Curse, so the final party member is a little bit up in the air. You could go for Ryuji for more Tarukajas, but I have burgers for that. Morgana for healing could be kind of decent. I'm, Haru's higher level, though. You know what, I'll go for Ryuji for technicaling off freeze, because we'll probably be getting that in this fight. Let's go.
Alright, we're on the hunt for a Gatorade coffee. First, let's find out how many are in the area.
Okay, this is where Sophia will help.
Gatori Coffee. Got it. There's only one that's close to Sendai Station.
Well, at least they haven't taken over everywhere like a certain other coffee chain.
Whoa, that was fast.
It's a bit of a walk, but I'll be happy to guide you to the destination. You're amazing, Sophia. It's like you were made to be a navigator.
And thankfully, Futaba should not worry about her job being in any danger.
But being the navigator's my job.
Or she will, okay. I seem to remember, I don't ship them, but I seem to remember this leads to something funny happening, so I'm gonna choose this.
Where's that coming from?
It's simply a question of having the right person for the right job. Fear not, Futaba. There are plenty of things only you can do.
I guess that's true. Nobody else can act like a weirdo quite like you do, Inari.
Who are you calling a weirdo?
Yeah, some people ship Yusuke and Futaba. I don't really, but I can kind of see why people do.
Alright, guess we'll just head over to the cafe then, yeah?
Yeah, let's get going.
Okay, I've got it.
So convenient when one of your friends literally is a GPS. Among many other things.
This is it. Gatori Coffee.
I can smell the coffee. Seems to be just an ordinary cafe.
I mean, isn't that just Joker? He canonically smells like coffee all the time.
Are we sure we have the right place?
We'll just have to put in the keyword and see.
Alright, let's make it happen. The trauma cell's calling our names.
Trauma cell?
It's just a name I came up with. Trauma room sounds like some kind of cheesy hospital drama.
I mean, that is kind of true. Though Trauma Center is a... I own one of the games. I haven't played it yet.
Call it whatever you want. We gotta roll.
The key to opening that birdcage has got to be here somewhere. Do you remember the keyword?
Of course. It's Prince of Nightmares.
Sadly, who could forget that name by now? Also, Yusuke distorting there. He turned into some kind of weird, stretchy giraffe. look like a pretty nice place.
It's just like what happened in Shibuya. This is where Natsume's trauma comes from.
I do kind of like the idea of upstairs coffee shops.
What could have happened to him, I wonder?
Shh. Someone's up ahead.
Are you sure about this? Awarding him the grand prize for that? Ongo Natsume. Huh. The kid's entered every contest, but he's never made it past the first stage. He's as stubborn as he is incompetent. What's more, his writing is so painfully generic, it only becomes more obvious when you compare it to the other candidates.
What?
That voice. Is it Natsume?
It can't be. He acknowledged my work.
It's fine. He's the great Sogo Natsume's grandson, remember? Brand recognition is a huge part of marketability. Nobody gives a rat's ass about what's beyond the cover.
Sadly, this is very true. I mean, even within, like, the SNT series, they're advertising Metaphor ReFantasio as being made by, like, all the people who worked on the Persona series.
Though a certain someone seems to think he's actually worth a damn.
Poor kid can't even see just how hopeless he really is. Seriously, it's pathetic.
Oh, I'm trying as hard as I can.
No skin off my nose, so long as he keeps raking it in. We hit the jackpot with that one, and I plan on riding him straight to the top. And if he does by some miracle make something decent of himself, well then everyone wins, right?
These guys are the worst.
Lockkeeper number 2. Probably not as awful as the first Lockkeeper, but still.
Here it comes.
It's never something you want to hear as an artist when people just tell you actually you don't really have talent.
A talentless hack like you is hopeless. Hopeless! Hopeless!
This is the same thing we saw in Shibuya.
Careful! It's using different weapons from last time.
Okay, let's open with a few debuffs. I was about to say I wonder if Dizzy works, but I'm pretty sure Dizzy actually works on every Lockkeeper. Now, I wonder if now might be a good opportunity to show off some of Yusuke's counters.
You're mine.
The enemy's dizzy. This is your chance. Start wailing on him.
Ravage that.
You know I said I was in this for the money. Holy hell, this shit is torture!
He's going for a combo attack. Don't let him ram you.
Go ahead. Understood. This is my other self.
Yep, that's his weakness. You're on a roll, Fox. Good job, Fox.
This one.
The way I see it, that's all you'll ever have.
It's warping around using sleep attack. Is this what they call a ninja? Not
I might not like that Natsume. These assholes who are using it the whole time, right?
Yeah, I feel kind of sorry for him. I only chose him for who he was, not what he wrote.
Authors are just chips in a bigger game. They exist solely for us to win.
What I can tell, his editor was a real scumbag.
I am back. I refuse to let this go on any longer.
Yeah, a lot of people who are artists really sympathize with this story arc. I didn't realize I could actually keep this attack going for as long as I can. Okay, giant slice. Let's see if I can get it. I mistimed that. Oh no, I actually did still get it.
It's fast. Be careful not to get caught up in its attack.
Okay, take it easy. Critical hit! You're killing it, Fox!
I suppose that'll do.
I'm going too.
Don't be stamina's running low. He needs to recharge.
I'm going too.
Way to follow up, Fox!
Not done yet.
Not even really sure how I managed to get that huge barrage of slashes. I kept that one going for a really long time. But yeah, Yusuke's Ice Slash attack, really, really good here. Sometimes I like to use skills to finish off the last little sliver of the shield gauge. And yes, Fox is indeed so cool. Oh, got a showtime too. This might even finish it, we'll see.
Trash like yours. Such beauty. And as long as there's a buyer, I'll be there to bleed you through.
Sword is nothing if you lack balls to swing it. Dull blade is worthless.
Legendary Thief. Now this is cool, sorry to interrupt here, but your first special combo will cast Tsukukaja, and if you mash the button, you'll also cast Master Tsukukaja. I alluded to this in Yusuke's bio, he can cast these skills for free. I don't know if they have a shorter duration than casting them with SP though.
Mr. Natsume.
You did it! The warden's down for the count.
Something to note is the Lock Keepers can't actually die until they're completely finished with their dialogue.
Fine skill. I'll rely on you next.
I learned something new.
Okay, finally somebody needs to override a skill. Now, there's a really weird way in which this can work. Because sometimes if a party member learns a skill and they're not present in battle, you won't actually see it until you next select their stat screen from the menu. It'll make sense when I actually show it off. But what's interesting is that because this game doesn't have like a confessional or an in-world mechanic that lets you relearn skills, you can instead just relearn any forgotten skill at any time via the menu, except for Joker's personas. But yeah, party members can they have access to their entire learn set all the time.
Whew. Well, I guess that does it.
We can get inside the birdcage now, right? Better get going then.
Wait, but what was that we just saw? Seems Ango Natsume wasn't given that award on his own merit. Those editors just used him for his name.
And it always sucks when this happens. This can happen for a lot of reasons too, and it's always just hurts.
So, there was a secret behind that novel after all.
But he's not a bad guy, is he? It sounded like he entered the competition a whole bunch of times.
And just when he thought his hard work was paying off, he had to hear all that. It must have been devastating.
Those editors are horrible. They knew his writing wasn't good enough, but they still gave him the prize just so they could make money.
It still doesn't justify what he's doing now.
That's exactly what I was about to say though. He's still brainwashing people into buying his current book and has got a massive power trip off of it, and he's ripping off a whole lot of other authors, which is something that I feel passionate about considering that I am the son of a copyright lawyer.
Nevertheless, I'm beginning to understand how he feels.
Fox?
Rising to fame atop stolen ideas, pulling at people's emotions with a fabricated story. Even worse, robbing others of their free will, changing their hearts, and wallowing in his own vanity. These crimes are unforgivable. There's no denying that he's been a fool. And yet, in spite of all that, it doesn't change the fact that Natsume spent years giving it everything he had. Creative work is often a lonely endeavor. And battling against that loneliness is truly a challenge in and of itself. As if it wasn't hard enough, if you don't produce results, no one will even think twice about you. One might even begin to think that such dark and unfulfilling times are all that's in store.
And in fact, this is actually hitting me a little bit because my father is a composer, and he definitely knows what it's like to have, like, your livelihood kind of goes up and down depending on like what kind of work you can get, and sometimes something will be a big hit and sometimes it won't be.
Had I taken one wrong step, I may very well have turned out to be just as hideous as...
Don't you mean abominous?
Inari.
It's thanks to your friendship that I didn't stray from the path. He, however, doesn't seem to have anyone. Natsume should know better than most that there's no meaning in superficial glory. And now he's turned his back on what he truly wants to write for the sake of spinning this infernal novel of lies. Someone needs to bring him back to his senses.
You seem pretty motivated this time around, Inari.
And you know what? Now I think I'll mention this. So, go and look up the lyrics for An Axe to Grind, one of the battle themes in Strikers. I personally think, and this probably isn't canon, that these lyrics are what Yusuke wants to say to Natsume.
As one who's dedicated his life to art, I simply cannot condone his actions.
And on that note, what you wish for, I think that's Arn's words to Alice. That one's a bit more of a stretch, though.
Now, let us bring this to an end. We'll send the calling card, then wrest the Overlord from his throne.
It's time to defeat an invincible isekai protagonist. What could go wrong? And I'll see you next time when we do just that. Also, lol Morgana.